Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream here tonight. And today we have a great one here. It is between the Vancouver Canucks and the Anaheim Ducks here tonight live from Rogers Place in Vancouver. Looking forward to it. This should be a great game. Yes, I know, the Flyers lost. Yeah, don't have to tell me twice. All right, starting goaltenders here tonight for both sides. In net on one end, you have Lucas Dostal starting tonight for the Ducks. And on the other end, you have Nikita Tolopilo making his Watch with Nordic debut, the third-string goaltender for Vancouver. But with the news of Thatcher Demko, it looks like Tolopilo will be seeing a lot more of him this season. At least those are the projected guys. So I cover my ass in case they decide to just start Lankinen. But I think they're going with Tolopilo here. Doing the anthems right now. Currently, hope you guys are having a great day so far. Coming off of a great commentary earlier between the Canadiens and the Avalanche. That was a really fun one. And I'm glad those who were there enjoyed it as we get ready for the start of Puck Drop here from Vancouver. Let's go, Bruins. Sure. All right, Canada going on right now. Again, these two teams facing off for, I believe, the second time this season. Yeah, the second time this season. They will play each other two more times following this game. Anaheim looking to bounce back from their win, or from their loss against the Oilers on Monday. They have not played since. And are also looking to defeat the Canucks here and split the series even down the line with two more meetings to go. Again, you might be wondering why I'm picking this game as opposed to Stars Knights, because I think people would agree that that is the way more appealing game. I went with this one because of I had done all of those teams so much that I wanted to go with a different team here tonight. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of the first period live here from Rogers Arena between the Vancouver Canucks and the Anaheim Ducks. Starting goaltenders tonight on both sides. One end, Lucas Dostal in net here for Anaheim this season with the Ducks. 19-12-2 with a 3.0 goals against average and an .895 save percentage. Those numbers could certainly be better, but he's looking to get back into the win column here. And on the other side, Nikita Tolopilo gets in net for Vancouver, 2-3 record, and .887 save percentage. And he is making his Watch with Nordic debut here tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It is a Pacific Division matchup tonight between these two teams. Vancouver, down towards the bottom of the NHL, looking for a high draft pick. Anaheim in the playoff race currently. Here we go. Ducks and Canucks is underway. Face-off won by Anaheim. Dumped down low into the Anaheim zone. You hope the Seattle Kraken win tonight. We'll see if they can get the win, bro. Down low in the corner, it's Granlund battling for it. Killorn sends it back behind the net. Ducks here with the early pressure. Held up against the boards there by Pettersson. Fed up to the point by Granlund. Trouba, right side, Lacombe. Clears it down low. Yes, I will be doing the Stadium Series. Taken back then by Elias Pettersson, who will bank that one all the way out to center. Ducks get it back down low. They'll bank it off the boards. And taken back quickly by Vancouver. Whistle is blown, and I think we have a high stick call here. But not a penalty, so there you go. Ooh. Interesting. Just showed Lucas Dostal, whenever he's done a warm-up, he shoots the puck into the other team's zone. He did that last night he did that tonight against Vancouver. Just showed it on my screen. Interesting. on the right side. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Vancouver zone. Taken back then by Teddy Bluger, who attempts to bank it off the boards. Ducks trying to keep that one down low. Cleared around now behind the net, fed back up to the point. As hit off that puck there was Nestorenko. Puck will come out of the zone. Now Tyler Myers picks it up here for Vancouver. Trying to feed a pass for Ogren, who was acquired in the Quinn Hughes trade. Off the boards now. Ducks bring it through center. It's Zellweger battling for it. Vancouver will take it back. Banked off the boards down low. Now Harkins as Anaheim regroups. Try to bank that one through center. Stolen back then by the likes of Kampf. Through center now. It's Pettersson battling for it, who attempting to get that puck free. Now banked off there by Carlson. Cleared back into the Anaheim zone for an icing. Showing off Adam Foote here in his first season as Vancouver's coach. They defeated the Anaheim Ducks in the first match between these two teams, 5-4 in November in Anaheim. And now you shift up home here. These teams will play each other twice after the Olympic break. Face-off coming here now in the Vancouver zone. One back by the Canucks. Off the boards, Trouba trying to keep that one in. Moves down low, fires it off the right side. I don't think that got onto Lopelo, but it might have. Try to throw that one up to the point. Back over for Trouba, who will regroup here in the Anaheim zone. Hey, what's up, Tim? I was hoping you'd join this one since it's your Canucks. Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing? Down low here in the corner now, battling for it is Ian Moore. Will backhand that one up top. Trouba moves it in, fires it, save, rebound in front. And that one is jabbed away, now picked up quickly by Kampf. And trying to move that one to center. It's broken up there by a Duck. Now Willander back down low here for Marcus Pettersson. Marcus Pettersson will break this one now through center. Ratty trying to poke check that one ahead. Keeps it in the Anaheim zone. Banked off the boards by Drew Hellis into center. Now Ratty off the boards. Cleared into the Anaheim zone once again. Good to hear. Back around now behind the net off the boards. Killorn. Try to throw a centering pass then. Here comes Anaheim the other way. Drop back and cleared into the zone. Seneca picking that one up. He scored a hat trick against Calgary on Monday. Or Sunday, sorry, not Monday. Unfortunately, we did not commentate that, sadly. We lost power. I would have loved to, though. Here's Seneca battling for it down low with Kampf. Seneca to the point. Anaheim's got it. Hellison, poke checked away. Racing for it then is O'Connor. Now Hellison gets it back. Banks it off the boards then to Killorn, who will clear that one down low. Shots are 2-0 in favor of Anaheim here in this first period. Here's Pettersson now through center, loses the puck. Now Gauthier clears that one out of the zone. Whistle is blown here for an offsides as Garland took the puck at the blue line and went offsides. Vancouver tonight, unfortunately, missing one of their top players. Brock Besser not in the lineup due to a illegal check to the head suffered on Sunday against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Forward Brian Rust was suspended in that game as a result. Face-off here now outside of the Anaheim zone. It'll be Ogren versus Paling. Face-off won by Anaheim. Lacombe through center then. Back over to Cutter Gauthier, who regroups here in his own end. Gauthier to Trouba. Trouba back to Lacombe. Lacombe pass through center. Picked back up then by Anaheim. Pass over down low. Gauthier can't get to it in time. Now behind the net, Gauthier. Down low, pass in front. Saved by Talopilo. And the puck was there, but taken back quickly by the Canucks. Bluger will dump it into the Anaheim zone. Getting to it first is Ogren, who hits the post. Now on the right side, battling for it down low is the likes of Lecker-Mackey. Bluger down low then to Ogren. Teddy Bluger. Try to clear that one down low. Paling steals it back. He'll bank it off the boards to center. And now Tyler Myers regroups with it. Zeev Boyum is not playing. He has a facial fracture, so he is out. Pass to center, stolen back then by the Ducks. Through the zone now, Jansen Harkins comes in, pass back. Harkins clears it down low to the corner. Anaheim trying to pick it up. Zellweger battling for it, stolen back then by Vancouver. They'll break it through center. Garland to Kane. Kane tries to circle it back around, will feed it into the corner. Garland to Kane, a shot! And that one goes wide, cleared all the way down the other way. Shots are 3-1 here in favor of Anaheim. Scoreless hockey game so far through about 5 minutes of play in this first period. Down low, Willander. Back over then for Marcus Pettersson, who will bank it off the boards to center. Through the zone, dumped down low then by Pavel Mintyukov. Tolopilo out of his own net to play it. Here's Kampf through center. David Kampf dumps it down low, picked back up then by Hellison. Right side then. Through the zone, it's Moore. Moore dekes in, loses the puck. Vancouver gets it back. Carlson breaks it through center, will dump it down low. Now Philip Hedl behind the net. Hedl to center, a shot. Kampf, another chance. Back over then for Carlson, who couldn't tuck it. Battling for it then is Hellison, stolen back then swiftly and cleared all the way out to center by Ian Moore. Now back here in the Vancouver zone, it's Pettersson who will drop it back. Hronek will dump that one down low. Banked off the boards here, cleared all the way to center. Here comes Seneca. Pass drop back. Anaheim, now Killorn. Loops it around behind the net. Killorn up top. Try to send a pass then down low for Seneca. Stolen back then quickly by Vancouver. Through center now, Seneca will poke check it away. 3-on-2 through the zone. Granlund moves into center. Gets it tied up there by Ratty. He'll get the puck back though. Granlund here on the right side. Fires it. Saved by Tolopilo. Puck goes back down low to the corner. Granlund scored a hat-trick against the Oilers the other night in an absolutely chaotic game. Now here's a DeBrusk play. 2-on-1. DeBrusk into the zone. Dekes to center. And what a play there by Zellweger, who gets that puck away from him. Now Seneca dumps it back into the Vancouver zone. Picked back up quickly by Pierre-Olivier Joseph. Blanked on what his name was. I almost said Matthew Joseph. That's definitely not Matthew. Through the neutral zone now. Anaheim grabs it, but it's offsides as the puck was way up in the air. And the Ducks enter the zone prior to the puck's entry. 12:40 left to go here in the first period. It is a scoreless hockey game here in Vancouver. As always, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. It'd be greatly appreciated. We are coming off of one of our best commentary streams of the season in Montreal versus Colorado, and I knew the moment that I saw that stream was, or I saw that the Avalanche were wearing their Nordique jerseys, I knew it was going to be a damn good game. And I'm glad that it turned into what it was. But I appreciate the support, guys. We're not in that one. We're in this one now. So, got to get on with that coverage. In commercial break here, you take a look at the status report between these two teams. Colangelo comes in here to replace Strome. So, keep an eye out for Sam Colangelo after being a healthy scratch the last couple of games. Terry was supposed to play today, but then felt a little sore after practice. Quenneville said he would not play against Vancouver. The hope is he will play against Vegas on Sunday. Höglander is reportedly returning soon, but he will not play tonight. Day-to-day after the injured in the third period against San Jose on Tuesday. Kane and Garland are moved up to the top line in place of DeBrusk and Carlson. And as well as that, too, again, as I said, Tolopilo will start after replacing Lankinen 5:55 into the game. Hey, Rex, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate that, man. It's you versus Tim tonight. But thank you, as always, Rex, for your continued support. It means a lot, brother. And in return, I stream your team. Face off here now in the Anaheim zone. It'll be Pettersson versus Paling. Off the draw, one back by the Ducks. Gudis back around now behind the net. Zellweger off the boards to center. And puck goes up and out of play in that sequence. Anaheim here facing some injuries. Troy Terry not in the lineup, as I said. You're also missing Leo Carlson, Mason McTavish, and Frank Vetrano. So Anaheim looking pretty slim pickings. That's why you're seeing Tim Weish, Ian Moore, Sam Colangelo, and even Ross Johnston getting time here tonight as a result of their injuries. Puck is cleared to center now. Trouba back to Lacombe. Stolen back then by Gauthier. Puck is banked all the way back into the Vancouver zone. That will be an icing. Shots are 4-1 in favor of the Ducks. Boys are banged up. Hope they fully recover. Terry should be back soon. So hopefully Troy Terry will be back in the lineup soon. Gauthier banks it off the boards to center. Now Kampf picks it up here for Vancouver. Down low now is Nils Pettersson. Through the zone, Hronek. Pass back down low, or at least they try to get it to Carlson. He goes off sides. So the play will be blown dead. 8 minutes gone in this first period, scoreless. Shots are 4-1 Anaheim. Got school tomorrow. Boo. Started school this week. Not a fan. Face-off coming here now at center. One back then by the Canucks. Cleared back down low into the zone. It's Mintyukov battling for it down low. Banked off the boards now. Kreider. Back for Colangelo, who fumbles the pass. Feeds it back up then through the neutral zone. Stolen back then by Hronek, who will dump that one back down low. Harkins, pass back over. Kreider can't get to it there. Now Ratty takes it back for Vancouver. He'll dump that one into the Anaheim zone. Battling for it down low. A collision between two Canucks down low. It's O'Connor and I think that was DeBrusk. Now Mintyukov gets knocked down. That's a penalty. And we will get a power play here for the Ducks to open up this game. It'll be Jake DeBrusk heading to the box for tripping, and calls kind of as clear as day. He trips him with his stick, and yep, that's true. Got a call from the team rep. Yeah, I saw your tweet, man. Face off here now in the Vancouver zone. It'll be Gauthier versus Bluger. Canucks penalty kill ranks 32nd in the NHL. Face off is cleared down the other way immediately. Anaheim's power play has been okay, but they're missing a lot of their top guys. Here's Lacombe now through center. Up top, backhanded down low, up to the point then. Gauthier shot, save. Kreider, the rebound, is denied by Talopilo, who will cover up that puck. Shot's now 6-1 as Seneca took a puck to the leg. And he is struggling to stay up. That is not good news for Anaheim, as Gauthier shoots him with the puck. When I say he shoots him, it sounds weird. Or it sounds kind of bad. Well, it is bad. But it sounds worse if I say I shot him. Or he shot him. I mean, it kind of looks like he got shot. So Seneca will go to the bench in some pain off of blocking his own teammate shot in front. Face off coming here now in the Vancouver zone. Shots are now 5-1. Gauthier battling. Gauthier down low with Bluger. He will win the draw. At the point, Lacombe. Lacombe up top. He's tripped. And now Vancouver steals it back. They will come shorthanded. They just give the puck to Anaheim. So they will take it back and regroup. Ducks were 3 for 4 on the power play last game. Here's Granlund to Lacombe. Lacombe to Colangelo. Now Kreider battling forward. It's dumped back to center ice. Lacombe drops it back. Through center now, Gauthier. Poke checked away. And he was offsides for sure. I don't know if Colangelo noticed that, but he was definitely offsides on that play. Halfway through the Anaheim power play. And we are still scoreless. Canucks home penalty kill, 32nd in the league. That is not pretty. Canucks have really struggled here in their home barn and overall this season. One of the top contenders for the first overall pick. Here through center now, Mintyukov. As we cross over the halfway mark of this first period. Down low now with it is Harkins. At the point. Anaheim trying to keep that one in. Harkins throws it down low. Killorn. As two Ducks players are behind the net. Pass back up top. Trouba to Seneca. Fires it. Saved by Talopilo. And back down low now on the corner. Pettersson then for Bluger. So it looks like Seneca's okay. Time lining down on the power play. Down low now. Mintyukov clears it down low for Killorn. Killorn trying to bring that one behind the net. Stolen back then and cleared to center by Trouba. Trouba will dump it down low. Time will wind down on this Ducks power play. That will do it. Solid kill by Vancouver. DeBrusk out of the box. Tried to get that puck. Stolen back then by the Ducks immediately. Now Lacombe. Back then for Gauthier. Lacombe. Cross ice pass through the zone. Coming in. A shot on Talopilo is denied on a paling chance. Rebounds in front. Now Gauthier sends a pass. And nobody's there. Hellison now. Pass over. And Gauthier with a big chance there as well. Could not connect. Down low now behind the net is Pierre-Olivier Joseph. Joseph to Myers. Myers to Hedel. Hedel comes in. Now Jeffrey Vale picks up that puck. Now Gauthier battling for it with Joseph. Shots are 7-1 Anaheim. They have given it here to Vancouver so far. Hedel through the zone. Gets knocked off by Gauthier. Cleared to center. Now Olin Zellweger. He'll get it back off the boards then for Gudas. And puck is tipped to him the other way. It's more into the zone. Fires it. And it goes off of Talopilo and all the way back out to the Anaheim zone. Zellweger behind the net. At the point now, Kane clears it around behind the net. Picked back up then by Pettersson. Up top, a shot deflected just wide. And now here come the Ducks the other way. Through the zone, cleared back down low. Pettersson hit down low then by Ross Johnston. Cleared all the way back into the Anaheim zone for another icing against the Canucks. With 7.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Still scoreless. Nikita Talopilo was in the American Hockey League with Abbotsford. If I'm correct, he was the backup for Artur Shilovs in the Calder Cup playoff run. And he gets the nod here tonight for Vancouver in light of Thatcher Demko being shut down for the rest of the season. Went under season-ending hip injury. Here's Granlund through his legs, comes into the zone, pass in front, and nearly through his legs. Seneca, that would have been a highlight reel. And the Canucks steal it back. Here they come the other way. Missed pass there for Lecker-Mackey. Granlund gets to it first. Down low now, Lacombe. Back for O'Connor. Lacombe trying to clear it down low. Vancouver gets it back up top. Hronek to Pettersson, a shot. And that one goes wide. Now Killorn will bank it out to center. And Vancouver will regroup here in their own end. Yeah, not ideal for Demko. Hip injury as a goaltender, that's not ideal. Hellison, back down low here. Off for Moore. Ducks trying to set up a breakout, but Vancouver's there almost every time. Right side now battling for it is Moore. Played back down low. Ducks try and get it back. It's cleared all the way down into the Vancouver zone for an icing against Anaheim now. And we will play on. Oh my God. Lower body injury to Jack Hughes, of course. This man will never stay healthy. Mikael Granlund, 3-game point streak heading into tonight. Looking to extend that. Face-off now is Pettersson against Harkins. Off the draw, Kane shot is denied there. Banked off the boards, then Colangelo. Off the boards, trying to keep that one in the zone. Stolen back then by Anaheim. Minchukov backhands it down low into the Vancouver zone. Yeah, Demko always hurt. Through center, Gudas off the boards. Paling drops it back. Looping it around now to the point. Gauthier to Gudas' shot. That is blocked. Now banked off the boards all the way back into the Anaheim zone. Here's Zellweger. Back over then for Paling. Paling down low here in the corner. Feeds it up to the point. Zellweger over a shot blocked. Now Gauthier to center, goes wide. Rebound in front. And Talopilo has that covered. We got some pushing and shoving here in front between these two teams once again. Well, 5:21 left to go here in this first period. Still a scoreless hockey game. And I think we're going to get some penalties out of that. So obviously, as I alluded to in Montreal versus Colorado in yesterday's stream between the Islanders and the Ducks, and the Rangers, it is time for our Watch with Nordic trivia question of the game, the third ever one. It's a brand new series we are doing here on the channel where I give a daily trivia question in the first period. I will not tell you whether or not you are correct, and you have to answer the question, and I will reveal the answer in the third period. So here's the trivia question for tonight. Who is the active Canuck to have the most points against the Ducks? So this is a Canuck that is currently on the Anaheim Ducks as of right now who has the most points. So it's a current Vancouver Canuck. I don't know how I can narrow that down more. You guys can comment your answers in the comment section down below. Again, sometimes we'll do it based off of both teams. Sometimes we'll do it based off of just one team. But tonight, we're basing it off of the home team. And the question is, again, who is the active Canuck with the most points against the Ducks? So I'll leave that up on the screen here for a couple of seconds. Try and guess on your own. Don't look it up because it is easy to find. I found it somewhere pretty easy. So, all right, back here from Vancouver. It's going to be a Canucks power play off of that Jeffrey Veal action in front. As he threw a punch to O'Connor. That is not exactly legal, so Anaheim will head to the kill. Vancouver will get a power play. Again, I will not tell you whether it is correct or incorrect. You will have to stick around until the third period to find out. Face off here now in the Anaheim zone. It's a Canucks power play. Cleared back down low now. Killorn will attempt to clear. It's kept in, though, by Vancouver. Pettersson to the point to Hronek. Hronek to Pettersson. Down low to DeBrusk. DeBrusk to Pettersson. Pass over then to Lecker-Mackey, who can't get the shot off. Lecker-Mackey up top to Hronek. Back to Lecker-Mackey. Hronek at the point. Over then for Pettersson. Pettersson down low. DeBrusk. Back to Pettersson. Elias Pettersson. behind the Anaheim net. Up top, DeBrusk. Pass over. And can't finish that as Ogren now down low. DeBrusk in front, jabbing at that puck on Dostal. Keeps it out, and Anaheim clears the other way. Already halfway through the power play. Strong pressure there from Vancouver. Good moving the puck around. Good getting a chance on. Now they get their second unit out there. Garland will dump it. Dostal will shoot it out of play. Gonna go Besser. Again, I will not tell you whether you are correct or incorrect. You will just have to wait until the third period. See what I did there? Shots 8-3. Face-off here, won by the Canucks. Up top, it's Kane. Intercepted then by the Ducks. They will clear that one all the way back down the other way. What do you mean by whose team is everyone? Like, who's everybody rooting for? Here's Garland now through center. Back over then for Ogren. Garland trying to break that one away. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Kane. Cross-ice pass. Hedel. Banks it up top. Ogren a shot. Denied. Rebounds there for Kane. He shoots it wide. Now back to Hedel. Up top, Willander. Willander to Hedel. Back to Willander. Hedel comes in. Fires it gloved by Dostal through the traffic. 1 second to go on the power play here for Vancouver. 3:20 left to go in the first period. Scoreless. And as always, guys, thank you all for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Face-off here now, won by Vancouver. Kampf, shot goes wide. Down low now, Trouba. Attempting to bank that one off the boards. Down low now, cleared back for Lacombe. Lacombe pass to center. Power play is over. Shot on Tulopilo, and he makes the save. And now we get some more pushing and shoving in front, and we'll go to a commercial break here once again. Scoreless still in Rogers Arena. Here is the trivia question. Once again, who is the active Canuck to have the most points against the Ducks? I can't tell you whether you're right or wrong till the third period. I will give you a hint. It's not a guy you would really expect. And again, I'm also going to say this too. It includes their numbers with other teams. So, like, let's say this player played for, I don't know, Florida, and they scored a lot of points against Anaheim. That does count towards this. So it's not just the points they have with Vancouver, it's the points they have in their career. Can you bet on this? You can bet on whatever you want. So we'll be live on Sunday for the Stadium Series. Yeah, it's not just Canuck guys. So it can be, like, for example, Jake DeBrusk, who was on another team prior. It could be Marcus Pettersson. Could be Evander Kane. Could be any of those guys who have previous teams they've played for. But it could also still be a Canuck still. Just saying. I just said you have to factor in those guys. I mean, I know the answer, so. All right, still scoreless here in Rogers Arena, showing off the kids' shoes. It's pretty cool. Shots are 9-8 in favor of Anaheim here with 3:01 left to go in the first period. It's Granlund who will take the draw. Granlund versus Bluger. Faceoff is blown dead. Now coming in as Kampf for Granlund. Now off the draw. Faceoff goes into Tolopilo. He will cover that one up. Again, Nikita Tolopilo making his Watch with Nordic debut tonight. He becomes the 84th goaltender in live commentary history to reach that milestone. Seneca to Trouba. Trouba behind the net. Played back up to the point, Lacombe. Lacombe back down low then for Hronek. Hronek will clear it all the way back into the Anaheim zone. It goes in on Dostal, who will shoot that one to the neutral zone. Now taken back by Hronek. Dump back into the Anaheim zone. Trouba off the boards then for Jackson Lacombe. Shots are 9-9 here in this first period. Been a very even period, which I don't mind seeing. Through center now. Joseph racing for it. Comes down behind the net. Pass in front. And couldn't complete it. Here's Gauthier. Cutter Gauthier with speed into the zone. Drops it back. Minchukov down low. A backhand. That's open. And a penalty's coming up here. They waved the goal. A no goal as a player went over to Lopilo and into the net. It was Paling. And we're going to get a penalty here. I'm not sure. All right, goalie interference penalty coming up here against Anaheim. So Vancouver will go to the power play. Sorry, I had to listen there really quick. I thought it would be a, yeah. I don't know about that, boss, but okay. Ryan Paling to the box for interference on the goaltender. And you know they take their goaltenders pretty seriously sometimes. And Vancouver will go to the power play. They had 5 shots on their previous one early on. This will be pretty much the entirety of this first period. It'll be Hedel taking the draw against the likes of Moore. Face-off won by the Canucks up top. Willander. Puck comes out of the zone. They blow it dead for offsides. And face-off at neutral ice there for the young rookie out of Boston University. Tom Willander obviously played with BU last year. We commentated him in a stream last season against Penn State. So we have streamed him. Here's Hedel now, who dumps it down low into the Anaheim zone. Minchukov clears it all the way back into the Vancouver zone. Tolopilo back then down low for Willander. Here's Willander through the zone. Pass back up then to Kane. Kane gets knocked down. Back over for Hedel. Hedel down low then. Ogren up top to Kane. Kane to Willander. Hedel. Pass in front. Garland, a shot is denied. Kane up top for Willander. To Hedel. Hedel here on the right hash mark, approaching the final minute of play in the first period. Kane, a shot, goes wide. Now Minchukov steals and clears down the other way. Last minute of play here in the first period. Here comes Hronek, who will drop it back then for DeBrusk. DeBrusk down low, banks it around behind the net. Played back Lecker-Mackey. Lecker-Mackey to Pettersson. Pettersson down low behind the net. 40 seconds to go. This power play will end as soon as the period ends. Here's Hronek. Played back over then for Lecker-Mackey with 30 seconds to go. Hronek will dump it into the Anaheim zone. Picking it up then quickly as Gudis will clear it all the way down the other way. Now Tolopilo out of his own net will give it back up then for Hronek, who will break it through center. Hronek off the boards, poke checked back to center. And time will wind down here in this period, and that will do it for the power play. And the period, no goals in the first 20 minutes of that first period. It is a scoreless hockey game here in Vancouver between the Ducks and the Canucks. Both goaltenders were perfect. So we will head on to the first intermission. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack, go get a drink, do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. So we will go over the first period, then we will go over the current other games around the NHL tonight, and then we'll talk about some of the news around the NHL tonight as well, other things that are circulating around the internet. Our fault for not scoring on the power play. Ducks were looking as sluggish, as not as bad as third against Edmonton. Yeah, that third was rough. Skinner deserves the type of projection, but ever since he's put up. Skinner's done well in Pittsburgh. All right. I am going to go to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Until then, I will put on the trivia question. Then we'll discuss some of the things we need to talk about here in this first intermission. So here's the trivia question. I shall return. Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that. Alright, let's discuss the stats and all through 20 minutes of play here in this first period. Scoreless hockey game tonight. Shots are 9-9 apiece. Good chances for both sides. There were 3 penalties in that period. DeBrusk on Minchukov, Vale for slashing on Talopilo, and then Paling for interference. So Talopilo getting 2 penalties being drawn there by himself. So solid start for him. And both goaltenders, 9 saves on 9 shots. Good to see for sure. We'll do the full stats through 20 when we start the second period. But overall, good first period for both teams. I mean, again, I thought, both sides got their chances. Both teams got a power play, at least one. Anaheim did a good job at, keeping Vancouver to the outside for the most part. I didn't think Vancouver got that many grade A opportunities. So good on Anaheim for that. Taking a look at the other scores around the NHL here tonight as my scoreboard chart loads. All right. Game's just loading on. All right. All right, let's go through the games that have wrapped up. Then we'll talk about the games that are going on as of right now. So Flyers and Bruins, 6-3 is your final score in that game. Bruins get another win there. The Atlantic stays competitive. Sabres beat the Kings 4-1. Another win there for the Sabres. They've had like 20 wins since they had their new GM. It's nuts. 7-3 Montreal against the Avalanche. It was the Canadian versus Nordique matchup. I commentated that game. It was a great game. And Avalanche playing in a back-to-back. They lost there to Montreal. Jets and Lightning 4-1 in favor of Tampa Bay. Another win there for the Bolts. They keep on storming in their charge for the Atlantic Division. Predators and Devils, 3-2 win for the Devils. Nico Hischier in overtime gets the win there for New Jersey. And we heard Jack Hughes is injured, so not good news there to hear. The Islanders completely sweep the New York Rangers in the season series. This game by a final score of 2-1 Islanders. So it was a absolute just demolition of the Rangers this season by the Islanders. And then Blackhawks and Pens was a 6-2 win for Pittsburgh. 44 shots for the Pens. They scored 6 goals. Mammoth Hurricanes, 5-4 win for the Hurricanes. And they get the win there against the Mammoths, scoring 2 goals in the final 30 minutes, or 30 seconds, or 90 seconds. What am I saying? A minute 30. Caps and Red Wings. Patrick Kane becomes the all-time American leading scorer, which is nuts. Congratulations to him. A fluky goal there in that third period gives the Capitals, or tied the game up and gave the Red Wings the extra point, but Washington wins the game in a shootout. Blues beat the Panthers. Not good for Florida. They need wins, and they're not getting them. Flames and Wild, 4-1 win for Minnesota in that game as well. Games that are currently going on as of right now, Oilers and Sharks, it's 3-0 San Jose in the second intermission. Colin Graff with Adam Gaudette, and then Michael Misa makes it a 3-0 lead in the second intermission of that game. And again, you take a look at those two teams. San Jose with Celebrini getting another point. Stars and Knights is 1-0 Stars. It's Matt Duchene with that goal. And then Maple Leafs Kraken is tied 1 apiece with Robertson and Beniers scoring the goals in that game. And those are the 3 games that are currently going on. Sharks Oilers is in the second period. So just to preface that. Or in the third period, sorry. And those are all the games that are going on tonight. So there you go. We're going to take a second to rest my voice as we get ready for the third period here in just a moment. Thank you all for tuning in as always. Subscribe down below if you're new. Canes wearing their Whalers jerseys too. I should mention that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anybody tired? Anybody got good plans this weekend? I got Royals all weekend. I work on Sunday, and then we will be live streaming the Stadium Series Sunday at 6:30. So we'll be live for the Stadium Series. We'll be live on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday that following week as well. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate all your support, guys. It means a lot. Thank you. Last weekend before I head to Miami, so getting ready for the cruise. Ooh, forgot about that. Yeah, man, hope you have fun. Should be a fun time, I'm sure. Guess I timed it right. No NHL. Yeah, you did. You definitely did that. That's for sure. You guys see the Vancouver Lunar New Year logo? It's pretty cool. I like all the fire around and everything. I think it's nice. Very well put together. All right, I got to do the multi-point scores for Montreal, Colorado. Nobody for Colorado. There was so many multi-point players in Montreal, though. There was like 7. It's absolutely nuts. That game did really well. That's like our 5th top 5 stream of all time in terms of views. So I'm grateful for that, guys. Thank you. All right, second period coming up in just a moment. One more commercial break and we'll be on, folks. So stick around. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. And it's a scoreless hockey game through that opening period. Which, who doesn't love yourself some close hockey games, huh? Yeah, see if the boys can lock in, huh? All right. Headed to the goals. Star Wars night. What day is that? That sounds sick. All right. I got distracted. Of course I did. It's this Saturday? That sounds sick, man. Hope you have fun. That should be a good game. I love Star Wars night. It's like my favorite night. Always try and go when it's Flyers. Sadly, I couldn't this past year, but I always try and go. All right, second period starting up in a matter of moments. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between the Vancouver Canucks and the Anaheim Ducks. Second period recap. No goals were scored in that middle frame by either team. Both goaltenders were perfect throughout that entire game. Their stats through 20. Shots were 9-9. Face-off percentage was 60% exactly in favor of Anaheim. Power plays, Anaheim 0 for 1, Vancouver 0 for 2. Hits were 7-3 in favor of Anaheim. Shots, block shots that is, are 3-1 in favor of the Ducks. As we get ready for the second period of the second of 4 meetings between these two teams. Both goaltenders have been pitch perfect here tonight. And we will see if they can continue so here tonight. It is period number 2 between the Anaheim Ducks and the Vancouver Canucks. And it looks like we have a goaltender change here. Nikita Tolopilo is coming out, and Kevin Lankkonen's coming in. Out of that injury there from Tolopilo, they pulled him, and now Kevin Lankkonen's in the game for Vancouver. Second period's underway. Granlund moving it now through center. Stolen back then by the Canucks. Here's Granlund now through center. Mikael Granlund tried to drop it back down low. Kane attempted to feed that one to center. Now Kane back up top. Garland, a shot goes wide. Seneca then for Granlund. Granlund will dump it down low into the zone. Now off the boards, Jackson Lacombe. Stolen back and cleared down low. Puck goes back into the Anaheim end. So Kevin Lankinen in net here for Vancouver. A little fun fact, until tonight, he had started every single Watch with Nordic commentary involving Vancouver. Tonight was the first night where he wasn't starting. Here's a chance for Hedel. He shoots it wide. And now Lankinen playing in his 8th commentary, 875 when we live stream him. He does have a shutout. Banked off the boards here now. Paling back over then for Cutter Gauthier, trying to keep that one in. Hedel through the right side. Philip Hedel now will pick up that puck. Drop back then for Marcus Pettersson. Now Willander through center. Lecker-Mackey fires it, and it goes up in the air and out of play. Yeah, it's my favorite theme night. Star Wars night's awesome. Face off here now, won by Vancouver. Ogren cleared back down low, banked off the boards. Over then Harkins to Zellweger. Down the right side, pass over in front. Lankinen with a big save there, as that one is denied. Face off here now in the Vancouver zone. Cleared all the way back through center. Here come the Canucks the other way. Ogren intercepted then by the Ducks, who will clear it back into the Vancouver zone for another icing against the Ducks. Shots 10-9 Anaheim here in this second period. And now coming back out is Tolopilo. He's back. So, a little bit of time there that Tolopilo nest. Lankinen will come out. And welcome back to the game, Nikita Tolopilo. There you go. So that does count under the Watch with Nordic rules as a game played for Lankinen. So, up top now, Joseph, a shot goes wide. Puck is cleared all the way back to center. Joseph trying to break that one the other way. Here through the zone now, DeBrusk, a shot goes up in the air and out of play. And Tolopilo doing some warm-ups there. They speculated on the broadcast that maybe he got injured off of that play with Paling, where Paling ran into him, but doesn't look like it. He's still in the game. Face off here in the Anaheim zone. It's Tim Wash taking the face off. It's O'Connor, who will win the draw for the Canucks. Up top, Pettersson, a shot goes wide of Dostal. At the point, Hronek attempts to clear it down low now. Moore will bank it all the way out to center. Hronek trying to battle for that puck. Filip Hronek now breaking it through center. Will dump it down low. Now Pettersson battling for it. Stolen back then by Hronek. Through the zone now is Ratty. Ratty will break it in then, battling for that puck. Cleared around then behind the net. Canucks trying to get it back. DeBrusk dumping it down low. Anaheim banks it off the boards all the way back into the Vancouver end. Pass then the Garland goes wide. Now down low behind the net. Pass to center is blocked. Now Anaheim picks it back up to center. Willander Regroups here now in the Vancouver zone. Through center, then Pettersson. Back to Garland. Garland drops it back up top. Pettersson dekes into the zone, loses it now. Pettersson, the other Pettersson that is, battling for it. And now here come the Ducks the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Into the zone, Seneca down low for Granlund. Can't get the pass in time. Now Killorn battling for it. Back for Pettersson. Cleared down low. Marcus Pettersson. Back over then for Lacombe, who banks it off the boards. Now Elias Pettersson played ahead then for Carlson, who will dump it into the Anaheim end. Now Trouba battling for it with Kane. Through the zone, Zellweger to Gauthier. Gauthier gets knocked down. That's a penalty against the Canucks. Shot goes wide. Canucks will touch. And we will get an Anaheim power play here up next in this middle frame. All right, Anaheim power play coming up. It is Tyler Myers to the box for a tripping call. We will see Anaheim get their second power play of the game. As always, thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you are new to the channel. Face-off won by the Ducks. Lacombe at the point. Played back then to Granlund. Granlund down low. Pass to center is blocked. And Lankinen will make the save. Or not Lankinen. Tolopilo will make the save. So used to Lankinen being in there already. Wasn't expecting for him to be pulled right away. So, face-off here again in the Vancouver zone. It's Granlund versus Bluger. Face-off won by the Ducks up top. Lacombe. Back over then for Granlund. Granlund down low. Kreider to Granlund. Granlund up top, Lacombe. Lacombe to Granlund. Granlund to Lacombe, a shot. And that one goes wide. Around now behind the net, racing for it, Hronek. Banks it off the boards. Now Bluger. Pass ahead. Pettersson. Through the zone now to Garland. Garland gets tied up down low. Now Gauthier takes it back behind the net. Picked back up then by Lacombe. Lacombe drops it back to Gauthier. Through center now. Lacombe through his legs. Another pass back. Kreider. Up top, Gauthier. To Granlund. Granlund. Down low at the goal line. Back to Seneca. Seneca to Granlund. Granlund to Seneca. Seneca to Granlund. Back below the Canucks net. Granlund to Gauthier. Just cycling the puck. Pass in front, Kreider. Now Seneca's shot. And that one goes up and out of play. Shots 10-9. No shots on this power play so far for Anaheim. They got about 55 seconds left on it, I believe, if I've heard that correctly. Sorry, 46 seconds. I was 9 off. Face-off coming here again now in the Vancouver end. Won by the Ducks. Lacombe up top. Down low, Seneca. Through his legs, a pass. Nobody was there. Gauthier moves to center, a shot. Saved by Tolopilo. Now down low. Seneca behind the net to Gauthier. Gauthier to Seneca. Seneca to Granlund. Granlund moves in. Down low, Seneca. Pass in front. Denied by Tolopilo. Rebounds there. Cleared away back up to the point. Kept in, though, by Lacombe. Granlund. Drop pass. Lacombe. Denied. Vancouver gets it back. Shorthanded here. They come the other way. It's Kampf, who will just dump it down low. Even more chances here for Anaheim, but they could not convert on the power play. There it goes. Here's Lacombe to Granlund. Granlund dumps it down low behind the net to Gauthier. Played back up top for Lacombe, who keeps it in the zone. Granlund can't get that pass. Back over then for Willander. Here's Willander now, bringing it through center. Willander into the offensive zone. Pass back, shot on is blocked. Now Trouba battling for it. Gets tied up down low then by Kampf. Pass in front. Pettersson, wraparound chance. And the pass is blocked there by Lacombe to Garland. Here's Killorn through center. Killorn puts it on Tolopilo, who'll make the save. Mintyukov to veil a shot into the chest of Tolopilo, who's played awesome here tonight so far. No shots for Vancouver here as we are about 8 minutes gone in this second period. Still scoreless. Thank you all for tuning in as always. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, getting more people here into the commentary. So as always, it is greatly appreciated. A lot of games going on in the NHL. This is our final stream of January. It's been a great month at that. We are now up to 26 commentaries. That is nearly a stream per day. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts, the work we've been able to do this month. Thank you all so much for your continued support. We will not be live as much in the month of February. I can assure you that 100%. We will be live for the Olympics, but it's going to be not as much as I would like. Only 4 preliminary streams, a handful of the playoff games, and then the medal games. So, there you go. All right. Wish we were more consistent, too hot and cold. Yeah, but you're a young team, so it's expected. I wouldn't be that disappointed. You're a young team. Not going to be incredible all the time. A lot of Chinese characters here in Vancouver. They love to honor their culture, which I got nothing against. I think that's great. Face-off coming here now in the Vancouver zone again. It's won back by the Ducks. Up to the point. Mintyukov, a shot goes tipped up in the air. Now Hronek trying to play that one to center. Back up at the point then Mintyukov. Up top. Shot blocked. Rebound was there. Hronek will steal. Kept in though by Anaheim. Mintyukov slapper. Goes up and above. Back then to the right side. Another chance. Save. Rebounds there. Denied. Tolopilo playing phenomenal tonight. Up top, a shot is blocked by a Vancouver stick. He gets down there, though. Hronek will bank it all the way out to center. Vancouver still looking for their first shot. Kane to Garland. Garland now down low, battling forward with Hellison. Garland back up to the point to Myers. Myers shoots it. It's blocked. He'll get it back, though. Dumps it down low. It's offside, so Vancouver will have to get onsides. Now regrouping with it. Hellison tries to bank it off the boards. Will get it all the way back into the Vancouver zone. Whistle is blown for an icing. Put 500 on Vancouver. Hope it wasn't wrong. Good luck, bro. Oh, my God. 500. Face-off won by the Canucks. Myers. Up top then. A shot into the chest of Dostal. And there's the first shot for Vancouver this period. Little hard on the boys because I see the vision. Same issue I had with the baby Lakers before LeBron got there. Got to give it time, brother. Got to give it time. I know that's very hard for me to say because you guys haven't made the playoffs since 17-18. You're coming up on like 8 seasons of not being in the playoffs. but got to give it time. Face-off coming here now in the Anaheim zone. It's Ogren versus Granlund. Off the draw, Anaheim wins it. Zellweger to Radko Gudas. Pass to center now. Granlund brings it in. Drop back up to the point. Now Zellweger fires it on. It's blocked. Rebounds there on Tolopilo. Jabbing at that puck. Slides to center. Canucks get it back. Here they come the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Lecker-Mackey into the zone. Pass back over to Willander. Brings it in. Pass over. Ogren can't finish. Here comes the Ducks the other way. It can be over 1.5, but it likely will be. I could see two or three goals being scored tonight. But it really does feel like a goalie show here in Vancouver right now. Tolopilo's been awesome. Dostal's been great. Face off here now in the neutral zone. DeBrusk trying to bank that one off the boards into the zone, then Paling. Back up to the point. Lacoma shot goes wide. Now Drew O'Connor breaks it through center. Backhanded into the zone then by Ratty. Thank you all for tuning in as always. I greatly appreciate it. At the point, Hronek dumps it around behind the net. Jake DeBrusk. Over then for O'Connor. Pass in front. Now Lacombe. Backhanded to center. Taken back by Ratty, who will dump it down low. Yeah, good win for Minnesota. Ducks move the puck out to center now. We are approaching the halfway mark of the game in the second period. It's a scoreless hockey game here still. Clear down low now. Dostal plays it around the right side. Pick back up then. Down low by Garland. Pettersson. Pass up. Shot. Denied by Dostal. And Evander Kane with a big save. So some chances here for both sides. Anaheim's been the better team though by far. It is a scoreless game still halfway through. Oh my gosh. Chances for both sides. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 10 subscribers away from 4,400. So we are climbing up. We are getting there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Stretching. Sorry about that. Showing off Beckett Seneca in the rookie rankings. He's first in goals, second in everything else. Seneca with a hat trick on Sunday against the Calgary Flames. This kid's been phenomenal. Very fun to watch. Yeah, I can't wait for the Olympics either. It'll be fun. Face off here now in the Anaheim zone. Pettersson versus Wesh. And won by the Canucks. Garland. Fed up to the point. Shot deflected in the air. And Ducks will get it out to center. Picking it up then now is Trouba. Trouba intercepted then by Kane, who tried to brought that one through. Now Lacombe. Right side then for Johnston. Cleared down low then. It's more battling for it. Johnston clears it around behind the net. Up top to Gudis. Pedersen and Gudis getting into it there. Backhanded down low. Garland takes it back. Cross ice pass to Kane. Kane on the breakaway. He's in! He can't tuck it through. He was interfered with there. It won't be a penalty, but regardless of that, down low now here in the Vancouver zone. It's picked up by Myers. Seneca. Back to Carlson. Carlson drops it back to Kampf. A shot denied by Dostal. Rex can tell you that answer to that question. Shot 17-12 in favor of Anaheim. Ducks have been doing a lot better recently. Face off here now in the Anaheim zone is cleared back into the glove of Dostal. 8:48 to go in the second. Paling here will take the draw against Hedel. Face-off won by the Canucks. Nils Pedersen to Hronek. A shot. It goes wide. Puck was right there in front. Down low, Hedel. Feeds it up top. Shot on is blocked. Now on the right side, Vale trying to clear it. Hedel trying to move to center. Hedel battling for it down low with U.S. Olympian Jackson Lacombe. Hedel up to the point, Hronek. Back down low. Canucks have it. It's Hronek. Hedel now on the right side. Up top, a shot. Deflected save. Rebounds there in front for Dostal. But the Ducks get it away. It's down low now in the corner. Fed up to the point, Hronek. To Hedel. Coming in then. Pedersen tipped in front. And back down low. Carlson. To Pedersen. To Hronek. Hronek being held to the outside by Anaheim. Hronek to Hedel. Hedel. Back up top. A shot. And that one is blocked in front by Vale, who is struggling to stay up, but he's up. Hedel. Right side to the point to Hronek. Hronek to Hedel. Hedel to Hronek. Puck comes out of the zone. Vale will race to the bench. And puck is dumped back into the Vancouver zone. Some good chances there for the Canucks. It's a pretty even game right now. Ogren passes intercepted then. Paling will backhand that one into the zone. A shot there. And a whistle is blown as a late shot there on the whistle. And I'm not sure what the call is. The puck might have went up and out of play. Not 100% sure, but what a block by Jeffrey Vale. And stayed out there on the ice to keep the box of defense going. That's a hockey player right there. Shots 18-15 as I type every single letter besides the 8. Battling forward here now at center ice. Bluger. Off the boards. Backhanded down low into the Vancouver zone. To Lopilo. Back over then for Willander battling for that puck. Now Vancouver will bring it here through center. Stolen back then by Anaheim. Here's a chance. Shot there from Harkins goes wide. And back down low for Talopilo. It's cleared all the way down the other way. Icing here for the Canucks. Thank you all, as always, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Once again, if you are new to the channel, subscribe down below if you are new. I would greatly appreciate it. We are 10 subscribers away from 4,400. So all the support is greatly appreciated. Alexander Steen, he's the GOAT. I love Steen. Here's Seneca. Shoots it. Saved by Talopilo. And that one is denied. Nikita Talopilo now, I believe, with his 18th save of the night. Kevin Lankinen did come in there and make a save as well. Face-off coming here once again in the Vancouver end, won by the Ducks. Seneca down low then for Granlund. Granlund behind the net then Killorn. Killorn pass in front. Stolen back then down low. Seneca battling for it then. Back to Ratu. Ratu off the boards then for Hronek. Hronek through to center. Cleared in down low into the Anaheim end. Gudas battling for it then with O'Connor. O'Connor gets it back to the point. Hronek. Cross-ice pass. Intercepted. Ducks take it back. Here they come the other way. It's Killorn with speed. Killorn moves in. Pass over. And they can't complete that play. Now Ratu falls on his feet. Here's Hronek. Joining the rush to DeBrusk. Back to Hronek now at the point. Pass back over into the zone. KF, he's tripped. How is that not a call? Oh my gosh. 3-on-2 the other way. Into the zone now behind the net. Paling. Paling wraparound. Denied. Vancouver brings it through center. Joseph wrapped around then for Pettersson. Pettersson cross-ice pass. Down low a shot. Goes wide. Pettersson up top. Cleared back around then behind the net to Kane. Kane hit off the boards. Trying to clear that one down low. Up top now Myers. To Kane, a shot. Goes wide. Myers now fires it. I'll give you an old player, Jordy Ben. Here's Garland. Back to Myers, a shot denied by Dostal. Less than 5 minutes to go in the second period. Still no goals have been scored. It's been an absolute goalie show here tonight. Here's Evander Kane. Or not Kane, Joseph. Why did I say Kane? Bank back into the Anaheim zone. Shots 19-16. Cleared into the Vancouver zone. There'll be an icing against the Ducks with 4:19 left to go. Oh my goodness. Here comes Anaheim now through center. Colangelo will dump it down low. Vancouver now will clear to center. Dumping it back into the Canucks end. Willander. Ahead then for Carlson, who dumps it down low into the zone. Gudas. Up then for Moore. Moore. Cleared back out to center. Now Kampf up for Hedel. Hedel gets knocked off the puck. Now Moore. Clears it down low. Tries to feed it up to the point. It's cleared all the way back down the other way. Shots 20-16 here in the latter half of the second period. Down low now. It's banked off the boards then by Moore. Down low. Pass in front. Denied. Rebound. Jabbing at that puck. And Talopilo makes the save. Gudas down low for Wash. Cleared all the way back to center. It's Pavel Mintyukov, who drops it down low. Now Gudas cross-ice pass to Seneca. Seneca trying to loop that one around. Pass in front is intercepted. Cleared all the way back into the Vancouver zone. Now Trouba. Pass into the Canucks end. Less than 3 minutes to go now. Killorn looks. Backdoor pass. And Seneca can't finish. Now Ratty brings it through the zone. We'll dump that one down low. There's no way the Oilers came back. Are you serious? Am I reading that right? 3-3. Here's Granlund now through center. Mikael Granlund will bring that one into the zone. Shot is denied by Tulipilo. Dupuis a good one. Done with the Leafs for this season. Do you suggest any other team? I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. All right, commercial break. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. All right, I got a question for you guys, and it relates to this game. This is something that I actually don't know. So, if a goaltender comes in relief for another goalie, only plays a couple of minutes, he makes a save, and then the other goalie comes back, so that relieving goalie comes out, do those stats count towards the relieving goaltender's numbers? Even if he played like 5 minutes? I genuinely don't know. If anybody knows that, please comment it below. I really don't know. Who's winning? I think the Ducks will win. I think the Ducks will get the dub. You think they count towards the stats? I probably should look it up, honestly. Just look it up. All right. .218 left to go. I don't know what to tell you, hockey and gaming. I don't know. Go root for the Canadians. Shots 22-16. Face-off won by Anaheim. Shot from the point, saved by Tulipilo. Rebounds there. Jab back down behind the net. Ratty. Off the boards then for Hronek. Hronek clears all the way down low. Dostal. Back over then for Hellison. Hellison then for Gauthier here in the corner. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. See ya, bro. Banked all the way to center, back into the Vancouver zone. Joseph fighting for it then with Paling. Now Garland down low. Try to throw a pass to center. Here's Lacombe now through center. In the final couple minutes, now Paling regroups it around. Garland through center. Yeah, so it does count. Good to know. Here's Myers, a shot save. Rebound in front. Denied there by Dostal. As we close down here on the final minute of the second period. Canucks bring it into the zone. Backhanded down low. Last minute of play here in period number 2. Kreider to Colangelo. Colangelo a shot. Goes off of Pettersson. Now Kane tries the clear to center. Back down low into the Vancouver end. Marcus Pettersson dumps it around. It'll come all the way back into the Anaheim end. Minchukov will send that one the other way. That'll be an icing. with 25 seconds to go. My nose is so congested. I don't know why it does this all the time. It'll just become like incredibly congested for no reason. And watch, nothing's going to come out. Yep, what did I tell you? Nothing came out. Like, is it for me talking so much? Face-off one with the Ducks. They will try and clear to center. Time winds down here in this second period. 15 seconds to go. Carlson battling for it down low with Kampf. Anaheim gets it back. They will flick it to center. One last chance here for Moore, who can't get to it in time. And that will do it for the middle frame. End of 40 here in Vancouver. It is scoreless through 40 minutes of play. This is only the third time ever in live commentary history this has happened. Both goaltenders have been perfect here in this game, and we will head to second intermission scoreless yet again. And that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Thank you all for tuning in. Go get a snack, go get a drink, do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the third period momentarily. And that being said, folks, we will go over the game, the scores around the league, the games tomorrow, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that here coming up in just a moment. But until then, I will put up the trivia question that we asked. Who is the active Canuck to have the most points against the Ducks? Again, this is active players that are currently on Vancouver, and their previous teams are included if they have played for a previous team. So there you go. Give myself a second here to calm down for a moment. Shots 23-17. Been a very good game. Both teams have played well. Both goalies have looked good. I don't know, guys. It's going to be one of those good games. I like it. All right. So we'll go over the other scores around the league and go over this game in a moment. Just give me a second. I got to update the all-time score sheet super quickly. I was moving through the point per game, guys. Could not get it done at the end of the last intermission. So doing this super quickly. All right, he does not have one. A lot of first point per game, guys, in the Montreal-Colorado game. All right, one more. I think it's Hudson, right? Yeah, Hudson. All right, that's all done. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We're 10 subs away from 4,400. Updating this super quickly. All right. Stats through 40. None. Shots are 23-17 in favor of the Ducks. Both goaltenders have been perfect here tonight. And Anaheim and the Canucks are tied at 0. There's been chances for both sides. There's been power plays. There's been plenty of opportunities on all fronts. I think Anaheim will win this game one time. I don't know. It's really close. It could go either way. It's pretty much, it really feels like whoever scores the first goal is going to win. I'm not going to lie to you. It really feels like one of those games, which I'm okay with. But we'll see if this game ends up being a 0-0 game past the third. But absolutely nuts sequence out of Edmonton. It was 3-1. It was actually 3-0 San Jose. The Oilers came back, scored 3 straight goals, 2 goals in the final 2 minutes to tie the game, and then they eventually won the game in overtime from Zach Hyman. And that right there, I always say it, whenever you watch the Oilers, you know you're going to get a show. And that's what they always get there in Edmonton. It's always a show. No problem one time. All right, going over the scores around the NHL currently. Again, as I just mentioned, Sharks beat the Oilers 4-3 in overtime. Why am I getting the note? Can you guys see that? Growing a big pimple on my nose. Not really what I want. Anyway. Stars and Golden Knights, 4-1 Stars through the second period of that game. Johnston Bork with 2. So Maverick Bork, 2-goal game. Wyatt Johnston, multi-point game. 3-1 Kraken. And Leafs Kraken, 2 goals. Montour and Wright make it 3-1 in that one. Even if they don't win, you made the loss feel much better. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Looks like the Leafs are about to lose their 6th straight game. I made a video on them today, so I thought they would win, but you can blame me. "29 saves for Gustafsson. So, fun fact about Vancouver. We've commentated them up to this point. This is our 8th commentary of the Canucks. They have yet to win since the very first one we did. And keep in mind, we streamed Vancouver for the first time on November 26th of 2024. So we've streamed Vancouver quite a handful of times since then. They haven't won in over a year in a live commentary. 150, I think exactly 150, no? 149. 149 commentaries since the last time the Canucks have won a game in a live commentary stream. Crazy. So that should give Ducks fans a lot of optimism. Can't get coverage about paying. No problem, man. I appreciate your support. We do what we can for those who can't or don't want to access the paywalls that are there. 6th commentary stream tonight for Anaheim. They're 4-1. They have won every commentary we've streamed them in this season. They are 4-0. Think of it as old school like the radio? Yeah, that works. Game coming up tomorrow. So again, there's obviously games going on tomorrow. There's only one, though, which is very interesting. It's a little surprising that the schedule is the way it is. Tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Blackhawks versus Blue Jackets. That is the only game on Friday. So tomorrow, only one game on the slate. There's Tyson Barrie on my panel. There is a 14-game slate on Saturday. Again, we'll be live on Sunday for the Stadium Series. We'll be live on Monday for 2. We'll be live on Wednesday for 2. Wednesday, we have a really good night of commentary. We're streaming Canadiens versus Jets, followed by Oilers Flames for the second time. So that'll be Wednesday's commentaries. Then the final day of NHL games on Thursday before the Olympic break. We'll be live for Preds Caps and Kings Knights. And that will be our night. The 700th Golden Knights stream. Let me put it into perspective for you. This month we have streamed the Vegas Golden Knights 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times in 1 month. And it would have been 7 tonight had I done the more appealing game in Stars Golden Knights. But again, you guys know, if you guys have known me, you know I don't tend to do that all the time. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. It depends. Stars Golden Knights would have been way better than this. I'm going to be honest with you. In terms of the views and all that, I'm not denying that. But I don't care. We got to get all the teams in here. We got to grow the fan bases and appeal to everybody on this channel. If I just do the big teams, like, who cares? Besides those fan bases. Like, I'm barely streaming anybody else. I don't think that's fair. I know I've streamed the bigger teams more, but that comes when you go into the playoffs and all that. So that's why I'm doing this tonight. Again, like I looked at the schedule and I saw 3 different games and I'm like, well, we streamed the Maple Leafs a million times. We've streamed the Golden Knights a million times. As much as I'd love to do that stream, a lot of the times this month when I could do 2, I was left like no choice but to do Vegas. It's not that I don't like doing the Golden Knights, but it's like I've done them so many freaking times. A couple people asked me that today. They're like, why are you doing that game when there's that game on? But got to appeal to everybody. I will say this though, I'm satisfied because the Canadiens Avalanche one is a top 5 most viewed stream in commentary history. So, pretty happy about that. What do I think the Leafs should do? Retool. If even that, honestly. They're in a good spot. Not a good spot. They're in an interesting spot. I think a lot of their struggles they've dealt with, they can fix in the offseason. So I'm hoping that they will be able to do that. But again, we'll see. Chicago just lost to Pittsburgh. Tried out in the beginning, but also Columbus has been doing well. Columbus has been doing well recently, so I think I would take Columbus to win that one. Back-to-back for Chicago. That never ends well. So alrighty, third period coming up here in just a moment. In this second intermission report, we will go back to the third here after this commercial break. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick before we get started with the final period of this game. Here is the trivia question. Who is the active Canuck to have the most points against the Ducks? You can give your guesses in the comment section. We will reveal the answer in the first commercial break of the third period. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the bathroom. Alrighty, I have returned. I think the optimal thing for the Maple Leafs is they need to be sellers at the trade deadline. Hopefully you get a top 5 pick in the draft, and then you build off of that. Honestly. And I think getting that top 5 pick could really benefit them down the road, honestly. Alrighty. I think we are ready to start the third period here from Vancouver. Second period recap. No goals were scored in that middle frame as we're coming down to the wire here, and we are still scoreless. Looking like tonight could be a next goal wins kind of game. Here tonight from Vancouver, your stats through 40. Shots were 23-17 Anaheim. Face-off percentage was 51.2% in favor of the Ducks. Penalties were 0 for 2 for both teams. Hits were 16-9 Anaheim. Block shots 9-8 in favor of Anaheim as well. As we get ready for the start of period number 3 here from Rogers Place in Vancouver. As always, guys, thank you very, very much for tuning in. We just hit midnight here on the East Coast, and we will commentate this third and final period here from Vancouver. Right now, they have the assets to sell and retool. Yes, they do. That's what they should do. All right, period number 3. Between the Vancouver Canucks and the Anaheim Ducks. And we are underway. Faceoff is won back then by the Canucks. Off the boards through center. Here's Evander Kane. Pass back to Garland. Garland up top. A shot. Saved by Dostal. Rebound in front for Pettersson. And couldn't get there. Killorn will clear out to center. Vancouver gets it back. They'll dump it down low. Now Jacob Trouba. Cleared to center. Delayed offsides here for Vancouver. They just say, no, we're going to do it anyways. And they get called for it. Face-off all the way down in the Vancouver zone. Should have traded Marner for Rantanen last year. I think Marner said no to that. Are the Ducks a better team than Vancouver? Yes, for sure. Face-off here now in the Vancouver end. It's Bluger taking the draw now against Paling. Face-off now. Now it's Gauthier versus Bluger. Face-off won by Anaheim. Lecker-Mackey down low. Back up then for Bluger. 2-on-2 through the zone. Bluger dumps it in on Dostal. He will play it with his stick all the way back to center. Now Marcus Pettersson takes it back. Banked off the boards then for Bluger. Cleared all the way back into the Anaheim zone. I think so. I might be wrong. Cleared all the way back into the Vancouver end. Willander battling forward with Paling. Down low now Gauthier to center. Saved by Talopilo. And here come the Canucks the other way. Deking through center. Hit off the puck was Lecker-Mackey. Now through center is Gauthier. A backhand goes up and high. Cleared all the way back to center. Who do I want to win? I think the Ducks will win. I don't really want anybody to win. I just hope for a good game, to be honest with you. Shots 24-19. Here are the Ducks now through center. Broken back up then. Zellweger will dump it down low. Now Joseph banks it off the boards then in the Vancouver zone. Tyler Myers battling for it. Ducks get it back. Try to center pass there. It goes wide. Lacombe. Cross-ice pass for Colangelo, who dumps it down low. 18 minutes to go in the third period. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below. Like the stream. Here's O'Connor. Pass up to DeBrusk. Shot. Save. Rebound was there. And Ratty could not tuck. Anaheim will try and race it the other way. DeBrusk will come back and regroup. He will fall on his behind. Now through center O'Connor. Back to DeBrusk. Flicks it to center. Ratty dumps it down low. Stolen back then by Zellweger. Back to center. Now Pettersson played ahead then for Garland. Garland through the zone. Feeds up to the point. Shot. Goes wide. Now Hronek dumps it around behind the net to O'Connor. O'Connor to Garland. Tried to throw a centering pass. Garland wraparound. Denied there by Dostal. Jabbing at that puck. And kicked away. Pettersson falls on the puck himself. And that'll be a penalty. What? Drew Hellison headed to the penalty box for a tripping call. And Vancouver here in the third period with a massive chance on the power play. Has this been a slow game? Hasn't been slow, just the goalies have played really well. Do we think the Ducks can score at least twice? Maybe. I don't know. It seems like it's a next goal wins kind of game right now. Face-off coming here now in the Anaheim zone. Power play for Vancouver. Off the draw, Hronek. Hronek down low. Back to Elias Pettersson. Stolen back then by the Ducks. They will flick it out to center. Philip Hronek will loop that puck around here in the Vancouver zone. Hronek drops it back to Pettersson. Pettersson to DeBrusk. DeBrusk to Lecker-Mackey. Hronek down low. Banked off the boards. Pettersson to the point. Hronek up top to Pettersson. Drop back down low. It's taken back then by Anaheim and cleared out of play. It goes off the glass, though, so no call. Do I think the Leafs get their top 5 pick? If they keep on losing, yes, but it's going to be difficult. Face-off once again here in the Anaheim zone. At the point, Hronek. Back to Pettersson. Pettersson drop pass. Hronek comes in, shoots it, goes wide. Pettersson back up top. Played back then. Carlson. Down low now, it's DeBrusk. DeBrusk to Lecker-Mackey. Up top, Hronek. To Pettersson, a shot. Deflected just down low to the corner. Now Anaheim trying to get that one out of the way. And kept in the zone, though, by the Canucks. Pettersson. Back up top. Hronek. Down low. Lecker-Mackey. Back up top, Hronek. Trying to fumble that puck. Pass back over, Lecker-Mackey. Hronek to Lecker-Mackey. A shot blocked. Ducks get it back. They will attempt to clear. It's kept in by the Canucks. Finally, they jab it away. And out to center. Now Philip Hedl will hold that puck here for Vancouver. Through the zone now with speed is Willander. Willander off the boards then for Ogren. Kept in the zone by Garland. Connor Garland slides it up to the point. Up top, Willander, a shot, blocked. Kane, rebound, denied by Dostal. Power play will come to a close. It was risky, but a good kill by the Ducks nonetheless. Garland will backhand that one down low. Shots 24-22. Oh, not 2-22. Down low now, Marcus Pettersson. Off the boards for Kane. Kane to Trouba. Trouba back to Lacombe. Off the boards. Here's Gauthier. Gauthier, and with Seneca, shot on, goes wide. Oh, my God. Here's Seneca behind the net. Seneca battling for it now with Granlund. Now Bluger. Off the boards. Now Cutter Gauthier. Will backhand it down low, playing that puck, or at least trying to, was Gudis. Thrown back to center now. O'Connor fighting for it with Trouba. Trouba gets it free now down low. Change up the shots on me again. I mean, it is 50-50. Still scoreless. Shot from Kreider is tipped. And out of play. Plenty of chances here for both sides throughout this entire game, but we are still scoreless. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Face off will come here now in the Vancouver zone. One back then by the Ducks. Kreider battling for now with Hronek. Elias Nils Pettersson clears it up then to Ratty. Ratty here through the zone to Garland. Garland comes in, gets knocked down then by Zellweger. Zellweger feeds it up to the point. Banks it off the boards to center. Now Pettersson back to Garland. Garland shoots it on, and it's gloved by Dostal, and we get some pushing and shoving here in the corner. And they're still going at it. What a phenomenal game from both goaltenders. Both of them 20-plus saves tonight. And we will take a break. 13:36 to go in the third. Scoreless still. All right. So that being said, we are in commercial break. It means it is time to reveal the trivia question of today's commentary. The trivia question was, who is the active Canuck to have the most points against the Anaheim Ducks? It includes their previous play with their teams. They have to be on Vancouver as of right now. And the answer is Evander Kane with 29 points in 38 games played against the Anaheim Ducks. Kind of makes sense when you think about it. Again, you look at Kane, he played for San Jose, he played for Edmonton. Makes sense, honestly. So Evander Kane is your trivia winner. I don't believe any of you got that. So that was one that nobody got correct. But hey, it happens. That's the fun of trivia. So Evander Kane, 29 points in 38 games played. Maybe he scores the game-winning goal tonight. Who knows? It's just for fun. You don't win anything. I don't got that amount of stuff to give away. But it was Evander Kane. Hey, you know what? It's all right. We all learn something new every day. It's a part of the fun. It's a part of the fun. It's a part of the suspense and guessing. The one against Montreal was like, who was the fastest to score 30 goals in Canadiens and Nordiques history? It was a little fun question that everybody tried to answer. It creates discussion, and I think it's been working out well. I'm looking forward to seeing how it does in a full month in February. Here's DeBrusque up top to Myers. Myers banks it down low into the corner. Yeah, sorry, I didn't show it at the beginning of the third. I apologize. Here's Lacombe, backhanded up to the point. Canucks still have it here in the zone. O'Connor battling for it now down low. I think the Ducks will win. Vancouver here now, cleared down low by Kampf. Behind the net then to Dostal. Ducks get it back. They will break it through center. Broken up then by Joseph behind the net. Myers through center. Puck is tipped up in the air and out of play. All right, face-off here now outside of the Anaheim zone. One with the Ducks. Seneca banks it off the boards into the Vancouver end. Both teams have a chance. It's scoreless. Down low now. Anaheim trying to clear it into the corner. Kampf behind the net to Willander. Tom Willander pushes it through center. Myers, cross-ice pass. Cleared all the way back into the Anaheim zone. Now Minchukov banks it off the boards. Pass up to Killorn. Killorn into the zone, loops it back around, will dump it behind the net. Pettersson now battling for it. Ducks don't know where the puck is. Now it's Carlson on the right side. Played back for Willander. Carlson 2-on-2. Will flick that puck into the zone. Battling for it now is Lacombe with Carlson. Trouba. Right side to Bluger. Now down low, it's Lacombe trying to break that one through center. Now Trouba will pick it back up and throw it to center, or at least try to. Less than 12 minutes to go in the third. Hronek off the boards to Bluger. Gudis back over then for Harkins. Over then for Zellweger. Off the boards now, cleared all the way to center. It cannot end in a tie. No, it'll either go to overtime or a shootout. It will not end in an overtime. Icing against the Ducks. So yeah, Evander Kane, active player on Vancouver to score the most points against the Ducks. Kind of a cool little stat there. Face off here now in the Anaheim zone. Joseph, right side, fires it on Dostal. He makes the save. Now Paling will bank that one off the boards to center. Pettersson keeps it in. Pettersson back to Garland. Garland to Pettersson down low. Can't complete the play. Now Ryan Paling sends it past the center. Puck slides all the way back into the Vancouver zone. Another icing against the Ducks. So the icings keep on coming here in this third period. Face off again here now in the Anaheim zone. It's Paling versus Hedel. Face off won by the Ducks. Gudas will clear all the way to center. Kreider will backhand that one down low. Now behind the net is Willander. This has been a relatively even game here on pretty much every single remark. Here's Willander now through center. Back over then for Lecker-Mackey, who dumps it down low. Off the boards, now Hedel battling for it with Weish. Played back then by the Canucks. Up top, Willander. To Pettersson, a shot blocked. Now Anaheim will try and clear that one the other way. Helleson. Down low into the Vancouver end. We are now halfway through the third period. Still no goals scored. My nose is so itchy, dude. Here come the Ducks the other way. Gauthier dumps it down low then for Trouba. Battling for it now in the corner. Trying to get it free then is Ratty, who will move it through center to DeBrusk. DeBrusk dumps it down low. Jake DeBrusk pass over. They score! It's Logan O'Connor! And we have a goal. It's 1-0 Vancouver. 50 minutes and 12 seconds through the whole game. And Logan O'Connor. Oh my God, I said the wrong O'Connor. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? I said the wrong O'Connor. No! Oh, are you serious? I got it mixed up again. I've done that before. I know I have. No! It's Drew O'Connor. Oh, kill me. Oh, are you serious? Drew O'Connor from DeBrusk. O'Connor's 13th goal of the year. And it's 1-0 Vancouver. I knew the moment that backdoor pass was there. Cleared down low now to the corner. Hronek battling forward with Vale. Cleared off the boards. Dumped down low to the corner. Vale throws it off the boards then for O'Connor. Bluger through the zone. Dumped down low then into the Anaheim end. Here's Drew Helleson. Back up then for Zellweger. Zellweger to Kreider, a shot just wide. Maybe the game will open up a little bit now. Anaheim goes off sides. They blow the whistle. With less than 9 minutes to go, Drew O'Connor breaks the scoring. It's a 1-0 lead for the Canucks in the third. Hey, it's not over yet one time. We still got time. But see ya. It's not over yet. Dumped into the Anaheim end is wild. How's that wild? I knew I said I said his freaking brother. I should have known, but I was caught in the moment. I wouldn't say it's over because the game's not over yet. There's less than 9 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time. man. It's only a 1-goal game. It's only a 1-goal game. What are we doing? Trust me, I've seen this before. I've done enough of these to know. It's also Vancouver. We're forgetting that fact. They're the worst team in the league. I don't want to be that guy, but hey, good on them. It's Drew O'Connor, who is not Logan O'Connor, who breaks the streak. 50 minutes and 12 seconds. Gets the 1T. I think they can. I don't know if they will. They can, though. Shots are 25, dead even. Trouba dumps it here now into the Vancouver zone. Trying to feed a pass to center. Shot is denied by Talopio. Down low now, pass to center. Goes all the way back down the other way. Shots 26-25 in favor of the Ducks. Here's Lacombe, back to Kreider. Chris Kreider now through center. Down low now, Willander off the boards for Ratty, who will backhand that one down low. Now Trouba through center then. Harkins drops it back down low. Seneca fires it, and that one goes wide. Down low now with it, Killorn. Pass back to Granlund. A shot gloved by Talopilo. See it one time. Yeah, less than 8 minutes to go here. Well, I do that for every team. That's not just me doing it for one team. I do that for all 32. I'm not a one specific team commentator. So if it were Anaheim scoring that goal, I'd do the same thing. I would have the same level of excitement. I probably would pronounce a guy's name wrong too, or say his brother. Bluger now wins the draw. Seneca picks it up at the point. Seneca to Gudas. Gudas fires it. Save, rebounds in front. Jabbing at that puck. Talopilo keeps it out. Now Pettersson getting into it there with Zellweger. And things get interesting. Seven and a half minutes to go. Shots 26-25. Vancouver with a 1-0 lead. Yep, Isles beat the Rangers. What's up, Sharky? Face off here in the Canucks end. It's Bluger versus Granlund. Face-off won by the Ducks. Seneca, right side. Pass up to the point. Gudas, down low Zellweger, comes in. Can't get the shot off. Pass to center. Will go all the way back out to the neutral zone. Ducks are really missing their firepower. Here's Gudas now. Will backhand it through center. Now Killorn to Granlund. Cross-ice pass goes off a Hedel. Down low, Gudas. Gudas hit by Hedel. Bank back down low. Killorn behind the net. 7 minutes remaining here in period number 3. Knew I was going to do that. Battling forward here at center. Now Marcus Pettersson holds it here in the Vancouver end. Pettersson for Hronek. Back to Pettersson. Pass through center. Deflects into the Anaheim zone. Now DeBrusk battling forward with Cutter Gauthier. Trying to get that puck free now behind the net. Anaheim breaks it through center. Broken off the boards then quickly by the Canucks. DeBrusk racing for it. Taken back by the net then by Mintyukov. Mintyukov, cross-ice pass to Gauthier. Gauthier comes in. Throws a saucer pass. That was way too high for anybody to get. Now Paling to Gauthier. Drop back then down low. It's Vale. We are approaching crunch time. Shot goes wide. Kept in the zone then by Mintyukov. Up top, Trouba. Down low. Looking is Vale. Fires it. Saved by Talopilo. Now another chance there is denied. Down low here now, Myers will hold the puck. Keep an eye out for Dostal. When we get to that point, they will pull him. Clear down low into the Anaheim zone. It's Lacombe. Through center. Lacombe. And then a shot. Saved by Talopilo. Will bank all the way back up to the point. Gudas clears it down low. Hronek as Harkins gets knocked into the net. Here come the Canucks the other way. Kane banks it off the boards. Whistle is blown as the net comes off. 5:07 left to go. We are near crunch time. The final few minutes here in this third period. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get to 4,400. We are 7 subscribers away. Still lots of game left. 1-0 is a very easy lead to, or very easy deficit, I guess you could say, to overcome. Can the Ducks still win? Yes. Face-off coming here outside of the Anaheim zone. Pettersson versus Granlund with 5:07 to go, and we are approaching crunch time here in Anaheim. Cleared all the way down low here into the Ducks zone. Puck will slide out to center now. Pettersson back over then for Hronek. Ducks keep it in. Racing for it, Dennis Killorn battling forward with Hronek. Down low now, Granlund. Granlund in the corner. Killorn intercepted by Kane. Kane will break it through center. Evander Kane taking back then Garland. Kane trying to get that shot on. Cleared down low to the corner. Now Lacombe gets it back. Behind the net for Trouba. Trouba to Granlund. Granlund dekes around. Gets that puck and dumped into the Vancouver zone as Anaheim gets a line change. 4 minutes to go. Myers breaks it through center off the boards for Zellweger. Anaheim will regroup here in their own end. Time winding down. It's Radko Gudas here in his own zone. Gudas will dump into the Canucks end. Now Myers off the boards. Down low, Kreider. Pass up to the point. Where are your defensemen? Every time they feed it up to the point, there's nobody there. Where are your defensemen? Icing against the Ducks with 3.5 to go. Canucks are just 3.5 minutes away from a 1-0 shutout win, which is ironic because the game that they won, when I streamed them the very first time and the last game they've won, was a shutout. Here's Bluger now, wins the draw. Pettersson up top to Hronek. Hronek clears it down low to DeBrusk. Behind the net, Bluger battling for it. Paling to Mintyukov. Trying to get that one off the boards. Will clear down low. Picked back up then by Ogren. Behind the net now, Gudas. Throws it to center. Pettersson. Dumps it down low. Dostal back then for Mintyukov. Banked into the zone. Hronek. As time winds down, less than 3 minutes to go in the third. Anaheim struggling to really pick up the puck and get time here. Puck is deflected off of a Vancouver stick and goes out of play. Am I sure they're pros? Well, this is professional hockey, so I would say yes. Shots 31-25. Hasn't really changed these last few minutes. Face-off won by Anaheim. Lacombe cleared off the boards. Ducks finally get some offensive zone time. And a whistle's blown dead for offsides. Oh my God. Seems like nothing's going Anaheim's way tonight. Granlund versus Pettersson. Yes, the Ducks can still win. There's plenty of time. Well, not plenty of time, but there's time. Canucks dump it down low into the zone. Now Zellweger battling for with Pettersson. Zellweger off the boards. Killorn. Here they come the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Seneca moves in, fires it off of Tolopilo and wide. Now Lacombe tried to send that one down low. Canucks get it immediately. They clear the other way. Empty net for Anaheim. And there will be an icing call here against the Canucks. Empty net for Anaheim. Shots 33-25. Dostal on the bench. Face off here now, Granlund. Back then for Pettersson. Face off is won by the Canucks down low. Cleared around behind the net. Kept in the zone by Zellweger. Bounces off the ref, dude. Here's Killorn. Down low. Back to Zellweger. Kreider. Feeds it up to the point. Granlund. Trying to move it to center. Up top. Lacombe. To Granlund. Granlund to Lacombe. Lacombe a shot deflected in the air and out of play. Face-off coming here now in the... Oh, timeout. Never mind. Timeout. Timeout against the Ducks. With a minute 46 left to go, shots 32-25. It's the late goal from Drew O'Connor, which makes it a 1-0 lead here for the Canucks. Heading into these final few minutes of this third period. Nikita Tolopio playing in his 4th game of the season, if I remember correctly. And you take a look at a player like Tolopilo, who in his NHL career, only 9 games played, has never had an NHL shutout. So this would be his first NHL shutout. He is 3-4-0 with a 3.43 and an 887. He has played games before. Played 2 games last year. He's played 7 this year. He's playing in his 10th career game tonight. Face off here now in the Vancouver zone. Granlund versus Pettersson. Face off. Won by the Ducks. Lacombe comes in. Takes it around now behind the net. Pass to Gauthier. Gauthier over a shot. They fan on it. Now Granlund back down low for Kreider. Kreider to Zellweger. Zellweger to Gauthier. Up top Lacombe. To Gauthier. Gauthier clears it down low then to Seneca. Pass back is tipped up and away. Pettersson racing for the empty net. Gauthier gets there first. Here's Zellweger. Will dump it into the zone. Chopped that puck out to center. Approaching the final minute of play here in regulation. Here's Lacombe. Lacombe through the zone. Pass back to Gauthier up top. Fires it. Saved by Tolopilo. Granlund. Down low. In front. Gauthier shot. Blocked. Anaheim gets it back. Another chance denied. And a penalty coming up here against Vancouver. And that will mean Anaheim will head to the power play as well as an empty net. So a 6-on-4 here for the Ducks. And suddenly things just got really, really interesting. So Anaheim will have to be very careful with utilizing their time. They have 46 seconds of 6-on-4 time to play. It's Garland to the box. We just hit the 1,000 view mark on this stream. Thank you. It'll be Granlund versus Kampf. Bluger versus Granlund. Face off. Huge one right here. It's blown dead. They will kick Granlund or somebody out. Face off here again. Is won back by Anaheim. Up top, Lacombe drops it back. Seneca to Gauthier. Pass over, blocked. A lot of traffic in front. Gauthier down low, fed up to the point. Granlund to Gauthier. Gauthier pass over is blocked. Anaheim shoots for the empty net. They hit it. Teddy Bluger, empty net goal. 2-0 Vancouver. Teddy Bluger, empty net goal. And it is 2-0 Canucks. That will put a wrap on this game. I presume that will likely do it for the Anaheim power play. Oh, no, that'll likely do it for the Anaheim empty net. Ducks are still in the power play, though. So Vancouver looks like they will get the win here tonight. Shots 34-26. Dumped all the way down low into the Anaheim zone. 20 seconds winding down. Through center now, Seneca. Try to throw it past the center, Kreider. Will drop it down low. Seneca back over for Granlund. Granlund tipped. Canucks get it back. They will attempt to clear. 3 seconds, 2-1. And that'll do it. Your final score tonight. Canucks 2, Ducks nothing. And it is a shutout for Nikita Tolopilo in his Watch with Nordic debut. Wow. Teddy Bluger and Drew O'Connor were the 2 goal scorers. And a 2-0 shutout win for the Canucks. Oh, what? It doesn't count as a shutout for him. That's crazy. It goes in the books as a team shutout. That's dumb. What the hell? All right. That'll do it for me tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. What a phenomenal month this was. I will see you guys on Sunday for the Stadium Series. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe.